Good morning and welcome to school board members, parents, and faculty. My name is Paul Clark and I'd like to speak with you today about transitioning to electronic textbooks, not only for our school here, but our district. As I'm sure you're aware, budgets in our school district either stay the same or go down. However, the cost of student education by pupil does go up each year. Currently, for California, it's around $8,952 a year per pupil to get an education. What this trend shows is that as our budgets stay the same or decrease over time, so does the increase of our per pupil expenditures. And the bottom line is that this ratio is going to expand and our costs are going to go up. This information was retrieved from the Education Finance Statistics Center. From our per pupil expenses, 4.8% of that quantity goes to instructional supplies. In those instructional supplies are the cost for textbooks, and this is what I'd like to discuss with you today. Going to electronic textbooks, saving some money, as well as added benefits. The information seen here was provided by Jay So in 2012 in his article, Online Textbooks Update Student Learning. So let's first take a look at what we're purchasing now for textbooks. These are the hard-covered or soft-covered textbooks that the students are using today. Usually it's between $50 to $70 per textbook per student. Now let's just narrow this down a little bit. The average lifespan of a textbook is about 1.65 years. So every couple of years they get replaced with new editions. And this equates to, let's say 1,000 students have one class for one textbook. It equates to about $100,000 every 2 years for 1,000 students for one class. That's a lot of money. What I'm about to show you is that electronic textbooks will save money over time. And now for online textbooks. On average, electronic or online textbooks cost $10 to $25 cheaper than regular textbooks. Although the initial startup costs can be significant, a school can look at gaining that money back with electronic textbooks in about 5 years. And of course, one of the offsets that can happen for this is the sale of their pre-existing regular textbooks. Also, online textbooks can be updated automatically. Often publishers will have minor edition updates that they can publish immediately to online books. And again, once editions are made available and the publisher deems it necessary to charge for these, the cost is again less than a standard textbook. And here's one of the key factors. The initial cost of readers, like Kindle Reader or something therein, usually runs about the cost of 2 textbooks. So about $120, maybe even $170. This is significant. And that is something that will last a number of years, whereas a textbook editions usually run about 2 years. The information here was collected from Tribune Business News by M. Sager, Schools Weigh Benefits of Digital Textbooks. I had a chance to sit down with one of the students who is inevitably at the center of this transition, and here's our interview. Hi, I'm Paul Clark, and I'm here with Hannah Clark, an 8th grade student at Pleasanton Middle School, and I'd like to ask you a couple of questions regarding textbooks.
Okay.
I understand that you and the rest of your students at school have textbooks that you carry in your backpacks. Is that correct?
Yeah, it hurts our backs sometimes.
And you have to carry these backpacks all day throughout school, right? Because there's no lockers?
Because of fundings and stuff like that, there are no lockers, yeah.
Lockers, wouldn't that also be a security risk? People would hide things in lockers?
Yeah, that actually happens in our PE lockers.
I see. So carrying these backpacks with these textbooks all day long, you said it was hurting your back?
Yeah.
What residual effects have you had? I mean, does the pain last all day? Have you had to see a doctor about it?
It normally lasts for like half the day after school, but it doesn't last all day.
So if your school were to switch to electronic textbooks and you were given a pad similar to an iPad to read your textbooks, do you think that would be a good idea?
I think it would, but that might create people who thieve the iPads. So having a safe place to put them would be a good idea as well.
That's excellent. Well, I want to thank you for your time, and I appreciate all the information. Next, let's cover some difficulties in transitioning to electronic or online textbooks. In the past, there have been many schools and districts that have transitioned to electronic textbooks, and many of their hurdles that they've had to overcome can be used to avoid those hurdles in our district upgrading. Another good point is that students today are much more technologically savvy than we used to be. So this kind of transition would go over very easily for students today. And students that don't have home computers can rent readers from the school. These can be insured so that the readers can be replaced if they're damaged. And you would not have to buy N number of readers for the number of students in your school. In closing, I'd like to give you a call to action. For the school board members, I strongly urge you to take into consideration the benefits of electronic or online textbooks that we've mentioned here. And know that the hurdles you might have or misgivings you might have about making this transition have been overcome by over 22 states. The faculty, this could be of huge benefit to you. In-class learning could be elevated. Homework for the students at home could be increased. Their productivity can be increased. And there are many benefits here. And to the parents, I urge you to contact your school board members and request information about where your district is in position for this transition. Have they talked about it? And if not, would they be willing to listen to you or this presentation to elevate their willingness to make this transition? So the bottom line, let's make this happen so that we can move our district into the future. Thank you.